All right, some new data on the state of the consumer during the holiday shopping season. Steve Liesman joins us right now. He's got the latest CNBC NRF Retail Monitor. Hey, Steve.
Good morning, Becky. I need you to work with me on this because the CNBC NRF Retail Monitor shows weak gains month to month in November that could still mean solid consumer spending because of the quirk in the calendar, and I'll try to walk you through this. We use real credit card data from Affinity Solutions. The monitor shows sales rose just 0.2% month-on-month ex-auto and gas. That's down from a 0.7 rise or a strong one in October. The big October number suggested an early and strong start to the holiday shopping season. But year-over-year gains were a healthier 2.4% in November compared to 4.1% in October. We see the same pattern when we look at core retail. It removes restaurants down 0.2 month-on-month, but up 1.4% year-over-year. Why does that suggest strength? Well, because Thanksgiving this year fell on the latest possible day of the year, the 28th, pushing half of the Black Friday weekend into December. Last year, all 4 days from Black Friday through Cyber Monday were in November. So November this year, hey, pretty good, even when missing 2 major holiday shopping days. Take a look here at some of the details. Non-store retail or digital sales up 21.5% year over year. Restaurants and bars up 7.3%. Clothing and accessories up 4%. General merchandise not doing too badly, up 2%. Where the weakness was year over year was electronic and appliances, and sporting goods, hobby, and bookstores both down north of 7%. Overall, 7 of our 12 categories were up year over year. This holiday season comes with lower gas prices, down 6% in our data for gas station sales, and deflation in goods prices overall. So consumers had more discretionary dollars in their pockets and paid somewhat less compared to a year ago, which, by the way, could depress the results because of inflation or deflation in this case. You can see the early shopping season here. Look at the 4.1% gain in October, that big pop right there, suggesting they brought forward that the shopping season into October. And again, there's November holding its own with a 2.4% gain year over year. So now we'll have to wait for December data, as we do every year, to know just how strong the season was. But the early read is that it was an early start, but November held its own with a late Black Friday, Becky. That seems to be the case. And I was wondering, Becky, how far back do we go talking about this idea of pulling forward into October? It's always been the wish of retailers. It looks like this year they at least achieved it.
They did. I thought you were going to ask how long you and I have been discussing this. We used to talk about this back in the 1990s when I was covering retail and you were covering the economy.
Yeah.
Look, I will posit this. I think you're right that the consumer's feeling strong, and Black Friday showed that. But I will also say, from the retailers' bottom lines, I bet they never make up for the lost 5 days, because when you have 5 extra days in the calendar, you are going to get consumers who spend more because there's just more opportunity to spend. And those last minute gifts, that they're just going to buy fewer gifts this year than they would, because we all go in with our list of what we think we're buying. The longer that you have, the more gifts you end up adding onto that. I think that's just human nature. I think the retailers know that. I think that's part of the reason that they didn't hire as much. I think that's part of the reason they didn't come in with as much inventory. But 5 days of lost sales, you're just not going to make up for that in the holiday season.
Yeah, and especially the contrast with last year. So the 23rd is the second earliest possible day. Maybe Joe understands the algorithm on this. I don't get it, because Thursday got pushed ahead too. It's crazy. Anyway,
Thursday, it's always that's what I was trying to figure out when you started talking about this. The fourth, it's always the fourth Thursday. So if the latest you can go is the 28th, because that's 4 full weeks to go all the way around the calendar on this. And look, I think the thing that we always try and take out of this is how strong is the economy, because that's what we really want to know. How strong is the consumer? How strong is the economy? I think you are going to have less in total sales, but I don't think it's a reflection of a weaker consumer. I think it's just a shorter calendar, and you're going to have to live with that this time around. So I think we're going to be able to take less out of this holiday season than we would.
It's shorter. I think you're absolutely right about all that. But it's shorter, but it can also be longer. You remember, was it a year or two ago that we saw a lot of the sales in January, that people really waited?
It's true.
And all of a sudden there was this big surge in January sales. So it's like this October to January season. We used to know, if we look at November and December, oh, we got the holiday season. I don't know if that's true anymore. They're trying to pull forward to October. Then you get the gift cards come through in January. So it's a more confusing season. If economists had their way, they'd put the Thanksgiving holiday on the same day every year so that we wouldn't have to mess around with all these seasonal adjustments. But, of course, they don't get a vote. It's the Senate that apparently passed a law putting it on the fourth Thursday of November.